This is Coach Faith. You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. Shout out to the Millennium Rockets Drill Team.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us on Giami Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.giamijourney.com.
You're now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
Say this is Sasha. And you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. Peace.
My name is Prophet and this is Giami Journey Radio.
This is Adnan Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Giami Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
This is Shamika. This is Giami Journey Radio.
This is Gina. You are now
you listen to my daddy
on Giami
Journey
Radio. Peace. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry its name. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Giami Journey Radio. Shouts out to the Giami tribe, Giami family. Stand up. Peace.
Yo, this is Quasi Low in the Cap City, and you are listening to Giami Journey.
This is Brother Asaru, and you now listen to Giami Journey Radio. Peace.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you are on Giami Journey Radio.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your head. Let us pray. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, defend the poor and the fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and the needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God. All of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth. For thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Man, I'm not at the smoke shop. This is Brother Hatim, and you are, as you have heard over and over again. You are now listening to Giammi Journey Radio. For those that don't know, that is the Cry of the Phoenix. This is a Heart of a Simba production where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Now, listen. I'm not going to be able to do too much speaking because I'm sitting at the Black Cave. That's home with my babies this time, and I'm not going to be able to speak too long before one of them come in and want something. Sasha might want an olive. Gina is going to find something to come in here to talk to me about. You heard her earlier doing her little thing on Giammi Journey Radio. I'm trying to make sure my kids get exposed to what I'm doing so that if they ever desire to want to do this, they can do this. She's going to want something soon. Cleve is cool. Cleve understands, so Cleve usually keeps his distance. But Gina, she's going to come in and disturb me. So what I'm going to do is on this show tonight, since I'm stuck at home, because I'm trying to do a certain amount of these shows on a regular basis so that those of you that's waiting for me at a certain time, you can catch me at that time. Others can catch me on the podcast, and I truly appreciate that. But you know, we do what we do. It's Freestyle Fridays, but this ain't going to be really all that much freestyle because I am going to be presenting you with some new music from some artists as well as some commentary. Now, one of the commentaries that I'm going to make sure that I give you is a beginning of On Mile 3. When I started On Mile 3, I just had started running on a regular basis. I've always been a runner, but I started running on a regular basis. But in conversation with a loved one, I have older daughters, and they have been on my heart and my mind. And all right, well, first let me break it down. You know that I have younger children, those that's been listening to me for a while. You know I have babies, and all these babies are a result of me, physically, mentally, and spiritually. But I also have many daughters that are of me spiritually, and these daughters have blessed my life, and I just need to stress that, and I want to make sure that they understand this, because like I said, when I do podcasts, I don't just do podcasts to try to make money or anything. I feel that we need to use this medium to express ourselves, so that's what I'm going to do. I have spiritual children. I have many spiritual children. And a lot of people don't understand, how can you be 46 years old and you got a son that's 36? I think my oldest son is 36. And I have daughters that are approaching 35 and all the way down to 2. And people really don't understand. But in the line of work that I do, I have been blessed by young ladies. My sons, I'll get to them in a minute. But I've been blessed by young ladies who trust me. And I have taken it as a personal responsibility to uphold that trust with them and be a sounding board for them, and be an advisor for them. And a lot of people throughout my time have not really understood the relationship that I have with my daughters, and I really don't care about that. You know, I just need my daughters to know that I love them, because I want the best for them, because they are mine. Some people say blood is thicker than water, but I say spirit is deeper than blood. And these are, for all intents and purposes, although they don't have my physical DNA, these ladies, these women now, because they are full grown now, have my spiritual DNA. So I had to go back and find a show after reaching out to one of my daughters. Well, let me just say this. As you start having children, your children start, in a sense, gauging your age because you see them getting older, which automatically reminds you at each of their birthdays that you're getting older. So I have a 2-year-old that just turned 2 on December 27th, which reminds me I'm older. I have a 4-year-old that in August she will be 5, which reminds me that I'm older. But even before these beautiful young ladies were introduced into my life, I had daughters that had birthdays, and I have to track their birthdays, and every time they approach a new milestone in their life, it reminds me of my age. And so, I mean, my daughters gauge my age. You know, my sons gauge my age. So when one of my sons be like, yo, Pops, my birthday coming up, we having a party, I'm going to be 29. My memory is not as good as it used to be, so I have to kind of wonder if he lying, because I'm like, are you lying about your age? Because you got to be a little bit older. And I got in an argument with one of my daughters because she told me she was 33, and I swore she was about 35, you know, and but hey, it's all cool. But the point that I'm making is this. I have a recording that I did especially for my daughters. It's for my sons too, but it was more so for my daughters because my sons, a lot of them are coming through that third point in their life, so I don't really have to worry about them in the same way that I have to worry about a daughter. As a man, you have to worry about your daughters a little bit more than you have to worry about your sons because of the way the world has been shaped around women, and women not being able to physically defend themselves like my sons, because all my sons have been prepared to be able to deal with anything that life throws at them physically. Emotionally, they're going to have to learn how to cope, and I try to deal with a little bit of that. And mentally, they're going to have to learn. But physically, my sons and my little brothers, I have done a great part in helping get them ready for that. They can handle that. My daughters, I have to be a little bit concerned because some of them feel that because they was raised around a lot of these boys and roughhouse with these boys, that when they get out into this world, they could deal with some of these men out here. And they run into the harsh reality that they can't. So one of the things as a father, and I'm saying this too because a majority of the listeners that I have are between the ages of 45 and 55 men. We have to make sure that we train the next group of young men to raise their daughters in a way that they will not have to experience some of the madness of wayward manhood. And wayward manhood is when brothers who can't deal with a woman mentally and can't deal with a woman emotionally chooses to deal with a woman physically. And we have to be cognizant of this because it's a fact and it's ingrained in Western culture to treat women not as adults but as children. I'm guilty of it, and I know many of the people out there, many of the men that are around me are guilty of it. We have a double standard when it comes to women. Now, I mean, we could talk on some of the issues with women as well, yes, but right now I'm addressing the point that I have adult daughters that are running into issues dealing with men that really, really hurt me to my heart. And I recorded a story from the Giammi timeline that I hope will help them. But before we get into all that, let me send out the shots to those that support the journey. All right. So first, we want to send out shots to Oxy Water. You know, y'all like, when is it coming back? It's coming back. Just wait. You be patient. Time is coming. And as Brother Hatem told you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So you just go on and wait, because Oxy Water made it possible for Brother Hatem to be recording and doing these shows for you. And Oxy Water will be back. And I'm going to have me a bottle of Oxy Water Black. Yep. I got some stored away. I'm not pulling it out yet, but I got some bottles stored away. You know what I'm saying? But hey, for those of you that's wondering, it will be back. Next, I want to send shouts out to Orange 82. I want to thank them for the opening track for Giammi Journey. I've had enough. You know what I'm saying? You go to orange82.com. Check them out. They got some beautiful surfing music. So when you up late at night, like right now, and you need that extra boost to do your surfing on the internet, plug into Orange 82. Send them out some shots. You know, tell them Brother Hatem sent you. I want to send shots out to Unidaji Capoeira. That's my Capoeira family. I'm sending shots out to Monitor Dentista. Keep up the good work. Keep building. Keep building the school. Keep promoting Capoeira. I want to send out shots to E.T. And Associates. And keep up the work that they're doing out there. And also, of course, I want to send out shots to Giammi Journey. You know what I'm saying? To the Giammi tribe, Giammi family. Keep up. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Because a lot of the seeds that I have planted are sprouting. You know what I'm saying? I believe in exponential growth. And I'm seeing it slowly but surely, because I got my children calling me out the blue. I had two call me out the blue in this week, and I had an opportunity to speak to one of my to one of my older daughters earlier this week, and it's a beautiful thing to know that the work that I've been doing after all these years, I'm seeing people come into their own. It's a beautiful thing. So now I just want to get you on them camping trips so that we can chill and sit out there in front of the fire, tell some old stories, and develop some new stories, and bring all of the children that have been influenced by us together, and maybe meet some new people, because I know there's some new people out there, and I know some of those people out there that's listening. Y'all got enough money to fly in and join us on a camping trip. So I want to send shots out to some of those places where I got people listening. I just got to find the page. Oh, here we go. So of course we got them in Columbus. So you know I got people listening in Columbus. When we do our camping trip, I would love for you to come out. We got Woodbridge, Chicago, Cleveland, Semi Valley, Ashburn, Powell, Dixon, Miami, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Missouri City, Cockeysville, Philadelphia, Canal Winchester, and Redmond. And then internationally, I want to send shouts out, because I know maybe y'all might not have the money, but some of y'all probably got money because y'all listening to Giammi Journey. Japan, UK, Italy, Canada, Germany, Brazil, Ghana, France, India, Gabon, New Zealand, and Australia. I want to, if y'all happen to be in Columbus when we having our camping trip, come on out and join us. And if you happen to be in Columbus on one of the nights when I have Freestyle Fridays and I'm at the hookah shop, stop in. I'll get you a hookah, or I'll get you coffee, or I'll get you a tea, or whatever else you want up in there. And to thank you for being one of those that take the time to listen to Giami Journey. Now, make sure that you register at GiamiJourney.com. Tribe.GiamiJourney.com. You can register, and I'm make sure that you get your newsletter. Make sure you get all the free stuff that come with it. So help us by supporting the journey. When you go to Giami Journey, tribe.GiamiJourney.com, and whether you buy one of my books at GiamiJourney.com, or you buy a product from us, you help support us. I want to make sure that people get something for their donations. So if we don't make nothing but 50 cents, that's 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't look at that as a lot, but I'm one that believes that, matter of fact, I started I had a saying years ago, your small change to make a large change in the community. But I'm changing that. Your small change to make a large change in the world. So if you go to the Amazon store at tribe.GiamiJourney.com and you see a book that you like and you buy that book, and Giami Journey makes 50 cents, that 50 cents is going towards promoting what we're doing. I'm trying to promote a message to my listeners. I'm trying to promote an idea to my listeners, and that idea is that you can change the world. That the idea that you are greater than you thought you were, and let's find that greatness together. And that individual that I motivate may be the individual that changed the world. People that listen to this show, I'm not going to say want, are world changers. Some of them just don't know it. Others of them know it and out there doing the work. But the piece that I'm trying to get people to understand, it doesn't matter how much you donate. I don't believe in just asking people for money. I believe, if you want to leave a tip, you could do that, because we do have a tip jar. But I'm going to say this. I want you to understand that when you do donate to Giami Journey, you are donating to support this show. When you do donate to Giami Journey, or subscribe to Giami Journey, or register at Giami Journey, you are supporting what we're doing. And we're trying to promote a message of personal development, personal mastery, and we're trying to drive people towards becoming the best that they can be. Now, what I'm about to play right now, there is some new music. It's a dope song that I found on the internet from a brother by the name of Mortal Technique. Excellent artist. You get an opportunity, check out his documentary, and in checking out his documentary, I don't know what's going on with my. In checking out his documentary, you learn a lot about him and the things that he's doing, but also you get to get in tune with his music, and in getting in tune with his music, you can start supporting what he does. Alright? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because we got enough, right now, we got enough people with money that if we was to combine just our pennies, your small change, to make a large change in the world. Just your small change. If you don't do nothing but go and buy one track from him, and we can get 10 million people to buy one track from him, this brother's going to do something good with the money. On his documentary, you find out that he opened up a school, I think it's in Afghanistan, but I could be wrong, but he opened up a school, and he put up $60,000 of his own money to open up this school, and he's supporting it with the funds that he make from the work that he's doing. And he's probably supporting some other things, because you can hear the spirit of this individual in the music. So this is a Mortal Technique. Check him out. The name of the song is called The Martyr. It's some rough language, but that's the way a Mortal Technique is. Hey, and I love it. So this is Brother Hatim. You are listening to the Giami Journey. This is a Heart of a Summer production. where we strive to blow up your old paradigm.
I'm content to die for my beliefs. So cut off my head and make me a martyr. The people will always remember it.
No. They will forget.
A man who walks with God can walk anywhere. Hence, I fear nothing. The point of guerrilla war is not to succeed. It's always been just to make the enemy bleed, depriving the soldiers of the peace of mind that they need. Bullets are hard to telegraph when they bob and they weave. The only way a guerrilla war can ever be over is when the occupation can't afford more soldiers until they have to draft the last of you into the service, and you refuse cause you don't see the purpose. The only way to counter the insurgents that are well equipped is to paint the people fighting for freedom as terrorists. Then find a faction looking for foreign investment, install them in power and murder any objections. You can't stop a revolution from breathing, so to beat them they offer people the illusion of freedom. But when you're done dreaming and wake up tortured for treason, then you can see them hiding behind the God they believe in. Deep in the trenches in the heart of a war, that's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on during the night before the start of the dawn. That's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. Gunshots are raining in the heart of a storm. That's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. Guerrilla war when the army is gone. That's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. The purpose of life is a life with a purpose, so I'd rather die for a cause than live a life that is worthless. I don't need the circus or the day of national observance. I need you to think for you and stop being a servant. Pawns only move a square in the game that they're used in, and realize it too late, like the shooting of Huey Newton or Patrice Lumumba and Salvador Allende, slaughtered by the power-hungry branches of their own head. Gandhi wasn't killed by Pakistani nationals, he was assassinated by a Hindu radical. And Che Guevara, rebel to a U.S. continent, was sold to the CIA by Bolivian communists. Wasn't Yitzhak Rabin murdered by a Zionist, and Anwar Sadat a victim of the same violence? Malcolm X was seen as a threat to the FBI, but to blast them they used Muslims from the NOI. Even the 35th president of the republic was murdered by factions of his own government. So now that it's proven that a soldier of revolution or head of an empire disguised in a constitution cannot escape the retribution or manipulation of the self-appointed rulers of the planet's corporations. So I'ma need every generation to put your hands up, cause you can only get them off your back when you stand up. Deep in the trenches in the heart of a war, that's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on during the night before the start of the dawn. That's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. Gunshots are raining in the heart of a storm. That's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. Guerrilla war when the army is gone. That's the place the martyr is born. Motherfucker, it's on. I was a man blessed by God to survive some of the worst circumstances. I had many things. A beautiful woman I loved, a home, money, and I gave it all up to bleed and to die free. Sometimes I look back on that life and I wonder what it would have been like. And in moments of weakness I think about trading it. But then I snap the fuck out of it and I get back to my reality. And I realize that I'm in the heart of a war. And that's the place a martyr is born.
That was Immortal Technique, the Martyr. Well studied brother, man. I heard an interview with him on London Real, and I had heard about him before. And after I heard him on London Real, I became a fan. that track is one of the free tracks that he gives away on his Viper Records. It's viperrecords.com. He gave away a whole album, and you heard a little snippet last week, and I just wanted to make sure you got a piece this week. So now, back to what I'm saying, because like I said, it's kind of like I'm thrown in a tough position at this time in my life, because in certain cases I am a father of a tribe. I'm the chief of a tribe, and I get calls and I get requests, and I have to make critical decisions because I have favors to call in, and hopefully those of you that's been listening long enough, you hear that I'm in trouble. You know, my youngest daughter is sick, but then I have one of my older daughters that is not doing well either, and I'm troubled because I could possibly help eliminate the pain. And it puts me in a rough situation. So I have to do a lot of thinking on it, and I have to go back to some of the teachers of my elders. But then that's conflicting because I got elders that advise me on total peace, but then I have some elders that advise me on total war. And I have to really decide on what I need to do. And it's times like this on the podcast that I get to speak through it. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I just played a song and I just picked that one because that was one of the tracks that I had the opportunity to listen on Immortal Techniques piece about the martyr. And, you know, that leads me in a certain direction. But I'm going to go on and try to find the appropriate spot to start y'all on this old piece that I did. Now, let me explain. Now, I did this one. I did a 5-mile run, and this is the beginning of mile 3. But my daughters was on my mind then, and this probably was done maybe 2, maybe 3 years ago when I had my old Jeep truck, and I was late for a show, and while I was running, a story came through because I had a conversation with one of my daughters about a situation 3 years ago. So I wanted to play this, you know, because some of my listeners, when I looked at my stats, a lot of my listeners are men, and a lot of you have daughters. And I'm assuming a lot of you have daughters, and we have to make sure that our daughters are prepared for this cruel world. So first I started talking about the number, or I started talking about the number system, but then I moved into a story. So I hope I could find the right spot for you. But I want you to really listen to the lesson that's coming through, regardless. So I'm going to start it at about 3 minutes and 48 seconds. This was on one of my Freestyle Fridays before I actually came up with the show on mile 3. So bear with me. It's only 13 minutes 25 seconds left, and I might have to cut it up so that we can listen to some music. Actually, I am going to cut it up because I got a bunch of other good music I want you to listen to. Alright, this is Brother Hatim. You are listening to Gianni Journey. This is a Heart of a Simba production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms and my old paradigm. To one of my daughters about her choice in men. Now, I talk with all my daughters about that, and so I have to take personal responsibility because I was supposed to by now, because
most of my older daughters been with me since they was 12, 14 years old, and I asked some quality men from the work that I was doing so that they would be able to have quality men. But unfortunately, of course, we already had a conversation about failure. It only helps elevate us to a whole nother level. So I'm still working on it, babies, I promise. I'm still working on it. I ain't giving up. I have faith in human nature, and I have faith that out of Giammi and out of this process, I'm developing some men that's going to be truly worthy of y'all. I was thinking and processing this, and the first thing that came to me was one of the Giammi stories. Because a lot of people don't know that Giammi is an organic story. The story of G is not finished. If you read it, so here's one of the verbal stories. Now, G was promised by the Phoenix that he would to help her. He was promised that he would not die until the Phoenix returned. But what G didn't know was, although it's a possibility that he would live a long time, the Phoenix didn't secure his body. So Giammi figured out methods, hence choking. And he maintained his body. He took care of his body. He took care of his diet. He meditated. He did all the things to keep his body well because he was still open for ailments, but he wouldn't pass. So he had to make sure that he was straight. Otherwise, he would be stuck here in an infirm condition until him. So he made sure that his body was tight. He made sure that his mind was tight. Well, anyway, no telling how long G lived. Training, and in the training, some powerful warriors came through. One of these warriors, who will remain nameless right now, I'll tell you his name. His name was Sankofa. The warrior came through to train and became dope because this warrior was humble. But when they hit field or the training field, it was a sight to see. And when he hit the negotiation table, it was a sight to see. And when it came to him meditating, it was a sight to see. This man exhibited every aspect of warriorship. And he was even respected by the elders. When he spoke, even the elders listened, and he never had. He always remained humble because he understood that in his humbleness, he protected himself. Well, anyway, to prevent a war from jumping off with another nation during this time, because this was before time, and this other nation wasn't as advanced as Giammi because the nation of Giammi had advanced the level of science for that time during the world that was just ridiculous. So we weren't even going to that, what they could do with sound and what things like that. So we weren't even going to that. So rather than just bully people, the Giammi people determined that if people didn't want to join them, then it was cool, as long as they didn't violate our borders. Now, there was one kingdom that constantly to try our borders. They wanted to try Giammi's borders, Giammi Nation's borders. So they kept on trying and kept on playing around. And so G settlement with the king, because the king would not accept being a Giammi, because really that's what they wanted, unless one of his daughters was able to either marry G or a representative of the tribe. So G looked at all his warriors and to see which one of them had risen and would be considered a prince in the Giammi Nation. And the first name that came up was Sankofa. Sankofa served the nation and married his king's daughter. So the king sent the daughter. But the daughter, because, when Sankofa would marry the daughter, he would become a king of that province once the king died. And also, Also, it brought peace to the nation. So he had implications as far as his advancement as a warrior, his advancement in life, and he looked at it as a real opportunity. So he went and he pursued this girl. He got to know her, because at first it was just about the politics and the economics, but when he seen her, she was beautiful, and he desired her and he wanted her, and she knew this, see what type of person he was. So she laid out a test for him. So she came to the nation, and she stayed under G's protection.
I'll make the picture clear, I'll be your cable box, I'll be your DVR, I'll tell you when to stop, and we can fast forward right to the good parts. Tune into my program, where the theme song is your favorite slow jam. You see the red light when they roll cam, do they ever get turned off? No ma'am. What you see is what you get, high def like we meeting in the flesh. Now you're addicted, can't keep it in check. Real talk, that's the reason he left. Tell him keep on walking. You're not just another fish, you're a dolphin. Let me show you how to jump through these hoops. Girl, you'll be a superstar when we through. Welcome to TV land. You could be my real housewife. In my game, you could be the winner outright. And you could raise all my children, and we could spend like we had basketball millions. Loving hip-hop, I got the feeling. When we spin off, it got you reeling. You and your club of bad girls should be dialing me. Grab the remote, this could be your reality. Now I'm on demand, wherever we go. Ready for replay, like TiVo. So give that other Negro the heave-ho, cause he's a jackass, like Steve-O. I never miss our appointments. You just have to touch me once for enjoyment. He see you looking at me, he gets annoyed quick. Trying to ruin our ending, he wanna spoil it. Good thing we recorded, so we can relive our performance. My widescreen is enormous, crystal clear, the picture is gorgeous. You wouldn't dare pull the plug. You keep me turned on and full of your love. Even willing to pay me monthly, just for the pleasure of my company. Welcome to TV land. You could be my real housewife. In my game, you could be the winner outright. And you could raise all my children, and we could spend like we had basketball millions. Loving hip-hop, I got the feeling. When we spin off, it got you reeling. You and your club of bad girls should be dialing me. Grab the remote, this could be your reality. Welcome to TV land. You could be my real housewife. In my game, you could be the winner outright. And you could raise all my children, and we could spend like we had basketball millions. Loving hip-hop, I got the feeling. When we spin off, it got you reeling. You and your club of bad girls should be dialing me. Grab the remote, this could be your reality. Welcome to TV land.
This is Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Silver production.
And we listen to
where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. I am being joined by my guest host, Ms. Gina Brown, and you have just listened to the Series X TV Land. We're going to get back to the story. Now, first let me explain. Like I said, I ran 5 miles. I went to go get my car. Like in 2013. Hold on, Gina. I'll let you talk in a minute. You ain't going to have nothing to say when I turn the mic over to you. But anyway, I picked up my car and the story came to mind. And I wanted to make sure you had the story. And understand that I was in the car driving. The car was it was an old Jeep truck, and I had to drive with a stick. So when you hear the brakes in there, I was switching gears. Now, Gina, you got something you want to say to the people? What's up? Oh, now you don't got nothing to say. I told y'all she would come in. I couldn't get to the smoke shop because my youngest daughter is sick and I didn't want to take her out in the cold right now. So I'm at the house and my co-host is going to sit here for a minute until she get tired and want to run back in and watch TV. But that's all cool because, you know, it's about my daughters anyway right about now.
Okay, I have something to say.
Go ahead. What you got to say, Gina?
I got to say... You are listening!
So you are listening to Giami Journey Radio. Say it.
You're listening to Giami
Journey.
Giami Journey Radio.
That's right. That's right. You got a nice radio voice. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. So now we're going to get back into the story. So the story is about this warrior named Sankofa. And Sankofa is trying to woo this woman, and she is testing him. And I'm going to get into the lesson later, but we're going to let the story continue. So the background noise is me driving a stick, talking on the phone, and doing the show. All right, this is before the mic. So here we go.
And every day Sankofa would come and try to woo her and to get her to take his hand, because just because she was, in a sense, given to Sankofa to marry, she still had freedom of choice when it came to the Giami nation. So she didn't have to. So she wanted, so she tested him. And Sankofa was patient with him. So she set out and she stalled him out. She stalled for months, and he was patient. He was patient. Some days she wouldn't even see him, and he was patient. And she would say, okay, well, he passed in the system because I know he passionately wants me. Now let's see if he can pass the wisdom test, because she knew by being in the Giami kingdom that wisdom was how wise this warrior was, because she heard about all his exploits, but she wanted to see how wise he was. So what she did was she constructed a riddle herself, and she threw this riddle at him. She said, my dear Sankofa, if you can answer this riddle, I will marry you. Because you have proven your patience yourself, now I want you to prove your wisdom. So she gave Sankofa the riddle, but she made him promise that he would not go to any wise men in the kingdom. He had to do it himself. He had to solve it himself. So the riddle went like this. He said, dear Sankofa, what is it that has life of its own but controls others' lives? What has no soul of its own but controls other souls? It also controls it, and it loves to show off in the market. So Sankofa thought on that, and he didn't come up with an answer right away, and he left her present, and she left her age.
All right. Now, we're going to stop it here. We're going to go into another song by Jay Jones. This is Revolutionary Minds, but let me say the riddle for you. The riddle is, and I want you to think about this, and I hope you can answer it. All right, the riddle is, what does not have a life of its own but controls others' lives?
Wait.
What does not have a soul of its own but controls other souls? What does not have time of its own but it controls others' times and likes to show off in the marketplace? Alright? You got it?
Yeah.
You know what the answer is, Gina?
The marketplace?
Mm-hmm. The marketplace. Oh, you don't got the answer, huh? Good riddle, huh? When your daddy run 3 miles, he come up with some good stuff. Hey, now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my little brother. This is Jamon Jones. Shouts out. Remembering Jones. All right. And Giami family, stand up. Here we go. Revolutionary Minds.
house. Prime life. Hey Jones. Yo. I swear to God, most niggas on your block is bitches. Motherfuckers go to jail, turning fags and snitches. This is a motherfucking new beginning. I came to make bread, break legs and friendships. Only loyal to the gods that was there in the beginning. At a time when I was down and out and thought I was finished. Got down for niggas when they couldn't handle their business. Life or death situations, dog, I blaze my cannon. I've been in crushing motherfuckers when they was barely standing. But it's funny how people change, act strange and different. Much love for my gangster ALI in prison and Black Mark, who plays cops doing time in the pen. Only reason why I rap is to cop me a Benz. But I'm good, hood rich, fresh hoopty with tents. Experience 9 Luger with the extra clip. When we ride, it sounds something like this. For those who don't know, SK sound like this. Beretta pump sound like this. Gorilla crime life ride like this. Giami motherfucker, I'ma die by this. I never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. Revolutionary. I learned to blaze decay in my earlier days. Now all the boy do is flow and do shows on stage. 21 years young, bitch, accept my age. Hood life, I raid cribs, bitch, respect my gauge. The side of town is like a ghost town with stacks of hay. And my block look like a million nigga march parade. Niggas go cop vest but can't guard they face. Dog, I help niggas get a life to God like Mace. Fuck clubs, I do songs for mosh pits and raves. Hoes bouncing around in thongs, got ass for days. My fist slick, a white t-shirt and J's. And I'm sorry, but your flow is not appealing to me. Motherfuckers drop 40s when they listen to me. Only hot shit you got is songs featuring me. Bitch, please, I'm too smart, I should've stayed in college. But I settled for a chicken giving head like a scholar. And I won't stop rapping till I see $1 million. The street shit is easy, beat don't even bother. You can holler if you want it, if you flossin', I'ma take it. Your jaw, I can break it, there is no escaping. The crime life essence, understand you in the presence of a hungry motherfucker that's trying to make it. You get slapped if you caking, don't slick talk me. I don't support that weak shit, so don't lean on me. For those who don't know, SK sound like this. Beretta pump sound like this. Gorilla crime life ride like this. Giami motherfucker, I'ma die by this. I never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. Revolutionary mind's amazing. Y'all bitches can't fade him. Too slick for any chick that try to play. Too much game for that. Now they stretch more hoes than you have in this pack. Now they blaze more guns than you wish you had. Eyes low when the old school white willow and hash. To a bitch crib so I can grab a pillow and crash. I'm like first cause I can't be last. I'm like the worst thing to cross your path. I'm the suicidal thoughts but your depression is bad. I'm the feeling that you get right before you blast. I'm the hunger pain felt when you down in your last. I'm the itch sensation that crashed. And you punk motherfuckers really need to be glad that I don't pump motherfuckers full of land from the mag. Got freeway flow that crashed. I'm like the Bill Gates and guns rap. Motherfucker, you can holler. For those who don't know, SK sound like this. Beretta pump sound like this. Gorilla crime life ride like this. Giami motherfucker, I'ma die by this. I never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. For those who don't know, SK sound like this. Beretta pump sound like this. Gorilla crime life ride like this. Giami motherfucker, I'ma die by this. I never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. Revolutionary mind.
That was Jay Jones, Revolutionary Minds, and since we kicking the Giami house stuff, I'm gonna put on another one of my favorites for somebody in the Giami house. This is Brother O Scheme, Street Scriptures.
What?
Chill. Scheme in this bitch. We don't play by rules.
Wait a second.
Okay, from the game I done learned so much. Don't abide by the code of the commandments, you will get fucked. I'm not hard, I'm just firm to the touch. Lessons learned like a STD, never burnt so much. I clutch my pistol like a Christian in Bibles. Hell bent on survival, hustling while I'm holding my rifle. 12 judges judge a nigga in trials. One judge and a half-ass chance of how you sweating for miles. There's a chance I could go and get rich, so I'm sliding through the corners in the race like the Tokyo Drift. Grime life got me holding the fifth. And riding in the fast lane, got a nigga holding his dick. See, here's some bullets you can hold from the clip. And I got sweet aim, so I'm gon' leave a hole in your lip. Nigga, the streets is my family, my means to an end. Get rich, die trying, or get locked in the pen. Nigga, the game is my scripture, this pistol, my Bible. My tombstone is scripts, and it's all about survival. The streets is my family, my means to an end. Get rich, die trying, or get locked in the pen. What does it take to touch a man's soul before he get caught up in the game and get thrown in the manhole? What was it about his life that made him cold? What about stress? Does that take a toll? His heart, does that make him bold? Just sit back a minute, I'll let you know. Your experience makes you a vet, in other words, a professional. A lesson learned is a lesson sold. Chopper bullets obliterate muscles and turn you into vegetables. Been running these streets all my life, homie. For mine, every time on the line, I done put my life on it. Against them C's, I put my mic on it. You need to catch up with your kind, no homo, you're not my type, homie. Can't see me, I'm out of sight, homie. I'm not the type to get caught up in the glamour, glitter, and lights, homie. Nigga, my life is what my rhymes like. The time's right, I'm in the limelight, represent grind. Nigga, the game is my scripture, this pistol, my Bible. My tombstone is scripts, and it's all about survival. The streets is my family, my means to an end. Get rich, die trying, or get locked in the pen. I'm married to the game, for better or for worse. You niggas synthetic like the leather on her purse. I am authentic, natural, so genuine. You haters on your period. Niggas so feminine, don't believe in them. Ain't no beef, friend of him. Out for $1 million like chameleons, I'm blended in. Gone with the wind, homie. I'm in the wind again. Haters hate scheme, they don't never want him to win. My attitude is I'm not losing. I'm running through the bumps, the scrapes and the bruises. I'm laughing cause you hating ass niggas so amusing. Clowns at the circus sent here for my amusement. My rhymes in the time of turmoil so soothing. Focused on growth, development, and improvement. The streets is the light, the very essence of my movement. And if you ain't street, keep it moving. Nigga, the game is my scripture, this pistol, my Bible. My tombstone is scripts, and it's all about survival. The streets is my family, my means to an end. Get rich, die trying, or get locked in the pen.
Those street scriptures by Old Scheme. Thank God for being able to have control of the studio, so I can let Gina think that she's doing one thing and I'm doing something else. Now, back to the story. Hopefully, some of you out there have solved the riddle. Did you solve the riddle, Gina?
No.
You ain't solved the riddle? And neither did Sankofa. Oh yeah, I wrote the riddle. Hey, your daddy get busy, girl.
Me too.
You get busy?
Yeah.
Exactly. You gonna take my place one day? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now, you already got the promise of the future right now. My daughter says she's gonna take my place when I stop doing this. So she's gonna take over the radio show. She's gonna take over the podcast. Maybe in about 20 years, but right now I got it. So now we're going to continue with my story. So here we go. Remember, this is recorded. This is pre-recorded. This is about 3 years ago. So here we go.
Watch him secretly to make sure that no wise man came to him, so that he could see if he was able to keep his word. So he wanted to make sure he was right, and he meditated on it. He prayed on it, and he thought on it, and finally, out of the blue, by a body of water, it came to him. And he ran into a house full speed, and he got into it, and he got on one knee, and he said, My dear, the answer to your riddle is currency. Because it has no life, it's others' life. It has no soul, but yet it controls other souls. It has no time, but yet it controls others' time. And it loves to spend time and show off at the month. She hugged him and they was married. Now I know y'all like, well, that's a long story to tell your daughter. My daughter's used to that shit. So those of you that listen to you, anyway, she was like, wow. She didn't think that he could get it. And she was happy, and she threw herself in his arms, and to make a long story short, they got it on, got married, had many kids, and eventually, through the PUBG, Sankofa was able to start his own tribe, which eventually grew into his own nation, and Sarah, you know. So I do with my daughters. I told my daughters, and this goes for all men and women, I said, when you are seeking a mate, your first date, you need to start evaluating this individual. Don't be in a rush. Test his patience. I said, baby, make sure that you are not involving yourself with a fool and a hypocrite. When a person that you're trying to hook up with is, what are their principles? Find out what it is they will not do. What are their principles? Find out about their emotions. You're going to have to be individual with this. You have to be wise like this girl from this crazy nation that was testing Sankofa. You got to learn how to use your mind so that you can evaluate. And the only way you test this man to see what his limits are, so you won't be surprised when you hook up with him and he gets upset and he goes upside your damn. You don't want no surprises like that. Test him. See what his limits are. See what his principles are. What do he stand for? When he tell you what his principles are or what he believes in, test if he really believes in that shit. I can't tell you how to do it, but you're going to have to get wise. And you're going to have to get tricky, and you're going to have to find a way. The dude lives by the principles that he's telling you, because if he could tell you his principles and he don't live by them, then, baby, you got a hypocrite and a liar who, because he's not really sure about his own principles, will easily go up your head when he get upset. Fellas, same thing with the ladies that you getting with. What do they live for? And then another thing is to see what their vision is, the vision of their life, and see what evidence they have of them working towards their vision. Satisfied with that vision and think that you could fit into their vision, because one of y'all got to take charge. The one with the vision must take charge. If you had the vision, then either one of y'all gonna have to fit into the other's vision, or y'all gonna have some serious issues. All right. So look at the vision. If his vision is greater than your vision, and they're working towards their vision, then you could maybe if you want to, and you want to be with somebody, surrender your vision to help this individual fulfill their vision, and find a way to fit your vision in theirs. Because by you helping them, they can succeed, or her succeed. Whoever vision is the strongest, whoever vision makes the most sense. Because one of you are going to have to humble yourself in order for that relationship to work. I'm on mile 3. Of course, you know this is powered by Oxy Water. I just got done running. I'm trying to find a store with some Oxy Water because I'm driving around.
All right.
To the hookah shop.
So that was a show maybe 3 years ago. Me and Gina is sitting here chilling. She practicing her writing. I'm finishing the show. I don't know why Gina is up, but it's Friday night, so we gonna kick it. Maybe I put on a movie until she go to sleep, because they go to sleep with me about 9 o'clock. But it's the weekend, so we about to kick it. Now, I'm going to leave you with some jazz. And by the way, I want to say happy birthday to Mark Lomax. Dr. Mark Lomax. It's his birthday, so I'm going to play one of his tunes. He's an excellent drummer. And the name of the tune is called To Know God is to Know Thyself. Dope title. Dope music. This is Brother Hatim. You are listening to Giami Journey Radio.
And Giami Journey Radio means.com.
Uh-oh. Okay. And this is a Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm.
Chick. All paradigm.
That was the Mark Lomax Trio. On drums, we had Mark Lomax, the leader of the band. On sax, we had Eddie Bayard. And on bass, we had Ancora.
Music.
Yeah, that was music. That was jazz. Yeah, say jazz.
Jazz.
Jazz music. Yep. And this brings us to the end of the Giammi journey. You got something you want to say to the people? You want to say bye? No? Now, I don't want to say bye too, but all shows must come to an end.
Hello everybody, this is Ishmael, and I'm here to tell you that I'm a big fan of Giammi Journey.
Tell them bye, Gina. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Sieta at Shisha Lounge, and I'm a big fan of Giammi Journey Radio.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Giammi Journey Radio.
Giammi
Journey
Radio.
Radio.
Peace.